All right, guys, Pokemon Home came out. I wanted to make a quick video talking about just everything that's dropped that's notable. There are some things that dropped that aren't really too notable that some people care about, like Galarian Articuno. This mon, I guess in technicality, did get a buff with Terrastalize, but like Terrastalize and NU. But I want to go over this video, guys. Pokemon Home is extremely exciting, and I love talking about stuff like this. So if you're also excited like me, you can throw in the energy, leave a like down below. Smack that like, man. We're going ham with Pokemon Home, dude. The first one, Bascu Legion. So I've been going extremely big on research mode. The Pokemon Council has made the jury duty. Boom, objection, it's Dunskies. Last Respect has been banned, so you can't run Last Respects on Bascu Legion or Houndstone. Basically, this would mean that it would make it illegal, and that the move can only be used if they're in Ubers. So if you try and validate it, it cannot happen for a multitude of reasons, but because they also just cannot learn the move. It says right there, they can't learn the move. So that's actually big, and that's why they're back here. Just to mention that, it's big because this mon was basically going to be extremely broken. I imagine Ubers, it is broken and people are maybe running Terra Normal, but Ubers is a whole different metagame because they brought back the king. Yes, they actually brought back the king. And you might not know this, but looking at its stats, these are considered nerfed stats. If you did not know, these are considered nerfed stats. Now, he did lose a few moves like Solar Blade. He did not receive Solar Blade back, so it's packed up, right? But he still has really good moves. I mean, he still has Behemoth Blade, right? He still has Swords Dance, so it doesn't matter. His grass coverage, he got Trailblaze now. So he did lose Solar Blade, but he got Trailblaze now. Solar Blade would probably be more impactful in doubles, as you can probably set up the Sun for one mon and Solar Blade the other. But yeah, he still has every move that makes him very good. Poison Jab, Play Rough, Iron Head, Sacred Sword, right? Like Wild Charge. He still has every move that made him nuts. He does also have Close Combat. So for all you naysayers saying Zacian is dead, rip dog, no, this mon is still very broken. And it's not being talked enough, but you can also Terrastalize. You can literally Terrastalize. I've seen people do weird strats already, and it hasn't even been 12 hours, where people are running the regular Zacian with an item and Terrastalize. like people either run Terra Fairy, Terra Steel, or insert your random other Terra like Ghost or Fire. Like, dude, the dog is still dumb. Do not get it twisted. The dog is still very dumb. He has still absolutely just abhorrently busted stats. The mon is still very good. All right, he's still very good. Landorus did also come back, and Landorus did get a lot of nerfs. To go into the few, he lost Knockoff, he lost Defog, he lost Toxic. So those are three big notable moves for Landorus. If you've basically been under a rock the last few years, Landorus is typically ran as a bulky offensive or bulky supportive utility mon with these moves. I'm not even kidding. like you could probably slap out the Defog for like Earthquake and then maybe run like, I don't know, like Stealth Rock. Like, this is a very common Landorus build. This is a very efficient way how people are running Landorus, right? And all of his stats are just really good. He doesn't really have a bad stat IMO. But Landorus lost a lot of utility. And I know they hit the Genies with a lot of utility. Tornadus also lost a lot of utility because it also lost Defog, it lost Knockoff, and it lost Toxic. So it hits Tornadus even more. And I've even seen people say that Tornadus might fall out of OU. I think there was a small, I could be tripping. Maybe there's a small portion, it was in UU for a day. I don't remember. But seeing this mon go below UU, just even the UU would be insane. But it lost a lot of its utility. It was more impactful on Torn because it is Regenerator. So to constantly get that HP back to Defog was really annoying. It did get its Legends Arceus move, Bleak Wind Storm. I'm pretty sure this was its signature move in there. I could entirely be wrong. Maybe it's Enamorouses and it just gave it all the Genies, but I'm pretty sure it was Torn's. And it has a 30% chance to lower the speed. So it's like Icy Wind, but on steroids. You know, because that is based on 100 power stab, which is actually good for it because before Bleak Wind, you either had Air Slash or Hurricane, which Air Slash has a 5% chance to miss, which, yes, for whatever reason, you'll actually miss a lot of that. But then it also had a Hurricane, which is 70 accurate. Hits really hard, but 70 accurate. So it didn't get the best flying coverage on the special side. I mean, Air Cutter is just not that good either. Acrobatics was phenomenal for certain builds, popping like Grassy Seed berries in the terrain. But overall, it didn't have the best coverage when it came to Flying Stab. Obviously, you can Terra Blast, but I think this is really big for Torn because it can actually maybe be an offensive threat now. It did still keep Nasty Plot. Its move pool is already really good. So Sludge Bomb. Spelled that wrong. It still has Sludge Bomb. It still has Heat Wave, right? It still has Focus Blast. Now, if they give the thing like Aura Sphere, it would actually be dumb. They did give it Chilling Water. So maybe for like Draft League, this actually wouldn't be that bad for like some interesting coverage. Kept Grass Knot, right? Kept Hammer Arm, kept Psychic. So kept U-Turn, kept Taunt and Tailwind. So it kept a majority of its offensive moves. I think for the Genies, they had a massive nerf when it comes to utility, and it's really big because outside of like Thundurus, I'd say, all the Genies were very strong with their utility builds. Not even kidding. Like Assault Vested, like utility offensive Torn was insane last generation. Lando, do I even need to talk about the GOAT himself? You know what I mean? Like the utility builds were absolutely insane. Thundurus, I feel like he's probably fine. I mean, Thundurus didn't really care about defog, right? Lost Knockoff as well too, and lost Toxic. But the thing with Thundurus is that this was an offensive threat, right? Out of all the Genies, mainly he was the offensive one. Even his other build, well, he does have Prankster. He can still Prankster Tailwind. So he's actually, I just lied to all of you here. He can still Prankster Nasty Plot. Okay, so that's cool. It does not get Bleak. So I think Torn was the Bleak build was for Torn and PLA, but I don't know. But yeah, it still gets like Bulk Up, Nasty Plot, right? It's good like Acrobatics, Discharge, Flash Cannon. Its move pool is still relatively very powerful still. And with the stacking of Terra as well too, it could actually be really insane. It could be really insane. I could even see the thing go Terra Dark, just that other dark types like Grimmsnarl can't Prankster it, which would actually be insane. But I don't know. He still kept the majority of his moves, and this one was definitely the more offensive cousin for sure. So I think he's fine. Not really caring that he lost those, so he's golden, he's good. A notable big move that Thundurus actually did get, which is actually big for Thundurus, is he now gets Snarl, which I don't really play a lot of doubles, but Snarl is solid in doubles. I've seen Hydreigon use that a lot. And then he also gets Sunny Day, which I also think is big because I imagine Prankster's Sunny Day would go insane for all of the past Paradox Mons. This would actually be huge. This would be huge. So I think Snarl and Sunny Day are two insane moves that he got. He did get a few more moves as well too. He got Acrobatics this generation. So it was a move pool addition. He got that back, which is awesome, right? He got Zen Headbutt as well too, which is really cool. And then obviously Terra Blast. Every new Mon got Terra Blast, you know, but yeah, that's cool. I like that. It's cool. But yeah, Lando, yeah, he got Taunt. So he's chilling. Lando's chilling. You know what I mean? He lost Scorching Sand as well, too. So Nasty Blood is cool, but he lost Scorching Sand. So Gen 8 did his thing where they just gave Pokemon some stupid move pool coverage, and I didn't like that. A big one to talk about it, to break the elephant in the room, Rillaboom. Everybody was saying that Rillaboom was going to get back all the moves that he lost. And even myself believed it for a while, right? He's going to get Glide back. He's going to get Knockoff, High Horse. Yeah, he didn't get any of that back. Grassy Glide is gone. Knockoff is still here because he can learn that move still, so he's solid with that. But High Horse is done. So Rillaboom's coverage has been extremely gutted, and basically what made this Mon go from like next to no usage OU potentially being dropped down to UU is the fact that he got Grassy Glide and it was dumb. They did nerf the base power, but it was kind of dumb. I think Appleton does still get Grassy Glide. No, I think the move is just gone from the game. I know Zarude just came back. He does not get Glide. So I think Glide is just out of the game entirely. But Rillaboom is just packed up, man. I mean, he does still get Swords Dance Acrobatics. So I can see a Terra Flying build at Rillaboom. Definitely be really cool with that. Even without Acrobatics, I think Terra Flying would be really good on this Mon. But I don't know, man. I think it's going to be interesting and kind of sad to see the fall of Rillaboom for sure. Can't say I could see him staying OU for a while. I really can't. His special attack stat is also non-existent, so you can't do anything with really cool moves like Terranal Boom Burst or anything like that. He didn't get Nasty or Calm Mind, but Boom Burst is always really cool, and he can't do really anything with that at all. So it just kind of sucks, man. I think they hard nerfed Rillaboom like crazy, man. It really just kind of gutted him insane. I think it's Trailblaze now, so maybe Trailblaze SD Wood Hammer, insert Fighting Stab, like Drain Punch. Didn't even give him CC. So it's really unfortunate. Rillaboom really got it, man. Rillaboom really got it, man. It's really unfortunate. Some other notable ones as well, too. Just to kind of look into the tier. Let me knock out all of these. To look into the tier of everything that kind of came out. Hisuian Arcanine is one of, if not the most fun mon to use in the game. He has this cool ability called Rockhead, which he takes no damage from recoil moves. And here's the fun thing. Here's the fun thing. Is all of his good moves are recoil. Outside of like close combat and E-speed. Head Smash, recoil, which is insane, right? Wild Charge, recoil, which is insane, and Flare Blitz, which is recoil. So all three of these moves are very powerful, especially Flare Blitz and Head Smash. Base 150 and base 120, stab pre-Terra is insane. So you can Terra Fire to increase the Flare Blitz, or Terra Rock, which I've been seeing Terra Rock more often for the Head Smash. I've even seen Terra Normal for people running Extreme Speed. Now, what I think Game Freak actually did that's really genius is they let Hisuian Arcanine keep a majority of the moves that Arcanine was already really good with, but they added on more moves like Head Smash. Still kept close combat as well, too. Dude, this mod is a demon, man. It's a beast. And a special attack that is actually viable. So you can run like Flare, Flamethrower, and like Fire Blast, and like all those weird Power Gem if you want to. Like if you really want to, you can. And his new signature move from Legends Arceus is Raging Fury, sorry. It's basically Fire Outrage, and they buffed the power like crazy because it was not this strong in Legends Arceus. So they buffed the power like crazy. I would assume to compensate, similar to Outrage. But holy God, dude, this thing is insane. I think this mon is easily the most fun mon to use. You can even do a Terra Rock loaded dice build with Rock Blast. The thing is way too fun. Gets Will-O-Wisp as well, too, to be able to cut that attack stat in half, man. It has set up with Howl. Hey, we're not judging. We're really not judging here because it doesn't get bulk up, and everyone and their mama got Swords Dance except for him. But if you really want to set up, if you really do, it gets Howl. It gets Howl. Right? It's a dog. It's Howl. I think this is an amazing mon, and he's one of the most competitively fun mons I've ever played. So serious. There's some other really cool mons as well, too. To break the elephant in the room as well, too, Regieleki, man. This mon is probably going to break a record. My baby. This mon is probably going to break a record because either it gets quick banned and instantly banned, more like a fast ban like Houndstone and Fluttermane, or it gets banned faster than them. Which that would be insane because I think the fastest Smogon ban record is like 3 days. So if this thing gets banned before that, which I'm here to say right now, it should, it will, it needs to go. You're looking at stats and thinking, okay, it's mediocre. Wrong. Its ability buffs all of its electric moves. So it's basically like having a specs on already. Boom. This is without Terra, and you don't need a Terra Electric. If you're Terra Electric, you're kind of trolling. But obviously the best Terra on this mon is Terra Ice. I've seen some run Terra Water, but you don't need to, because if you run Terra Water, you get hard-walled by grass, so you don't need to. Basically, all the things that resist ice, you can just click electric on. And since ground types are immune to electric, just click Terra Blast on ice. All you need to worry about is these two moves right here, and then insert any electric stab move here. You want to run Shockwave, don't be weird. You can run Thunderbolt, you can run Discharge. This thing is insane. It actually doesn't learn Discharge. I think it's weird that it doesn't learn Discharge. It's discharging electricity. Odd, very odd. But you can run Thunderbolt and call it a day. Rising Voltage was removed from this game and actually was not brought back, which is probably good because if VGC with Terra I don't even know, man. I don't even want to talk about that. That would be insane. But this thing is absolutely busted. It is not fair and it is incredibly overpowered. I mean, it gets spin as well too, so you can remove hazards. And then I guess you can still run Explosion. But the other two moves don't really matter. This mon is so broken that only these first two moves matter. So if you're running Aleki on your team, probably worth using the Terra on this mon. And if not, you can just wipe out the ground types and grass types and just, you know, just not even Terra. But regardless, this mon was nuts. I mean, last generation, I think it finished OU, but it was in UU for a while. But I think this mon has just genuinely always been slept on because of its ability, but now it can Terra. I think this mon is built for Terra. I think Terra was teased maybe before Generation 9. This mon is genuinely built for Terra. It has an awful move coverage, and now it gets Terra Blast. So, my God, Game Freak, my God. There are a few new mons that came out as well, too, that are still kind of solid. Shimbao's back, so gonna be completely honest here. I don't think this mon should have come back to OU. I mean, dude, the thing is literally two-shotting. You can run like a bandit build or something, and I've seen the thing like two-shot like a regular Zacian. Crowned? Can't really say for sure on Crowned, which, speaking of Crowned, this mon is dumb. Like, look at its stats. This thing fell down to the OU metagame, and I think it is absolutely insane. I get it. I really do. it was poor and underperforming in the Ubers metagame. I really do get it. I do. Especially now with Terra, this thing gets an even bigger nerf. I also think Game Freak kind of chooses which mons they like more, right? Clearly they like Zacian more than Zamazenta. Zamazenta caught a stray with his sister because she got nerfed, so he also gets nerfed with the ability, which I get. But he just now got body press this generation, which is important. Last gen, he didn't get it. He didn't get it. The move that invented body press, he did not get it. He gets bulk up as well too. I lied. Again, see, Game Freak does not like this mon. I think bulk up would be a lot better. Iron defense, body press is still absolutely broken on this mon. And I think this mon needs to get banned. I think it is too strong for OU, but is definitely too weak for Ubers. So it's confusing. Maybe if there was a middle tier, but it's definitely confusing for sure, right? I think if it got bulk up, all of its other moves would gain a big asset, as its speed set is very fast. It's 128. It's almost as fast as the Chimpao. So its speed set is very, very fast. It's actually a lot faster than you think. And the non-crown version is even faster at 138, which actually does outspeed a Chimpao. So it's one of the fastest mons in the tier, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, it's Regieleki, Hisuian Electrode, right? Which, I mean, I guess people are using him. I actually don't even think he's that bad. Pult, and then Zamazenta. So Zamazenta is like top 5 fastest mons, not even in the tier, just in the game, period, from anything that you can access. So it's a very fast mon, and I think the crowned one is hilariously broken. I think the regular one probably won't get banned to Ubers. The regular one is not that insane. It's good for sure, trust me. Like, it's really good, but probably not good enough to be banned back into Ubers. But the crown version, this is horse shit. Like, I'm sorry, man. Like, I get it. Like, it's not that good in Ubers. But bro, this is way too stupid for OU, man. Like, look at this. 140 in both defenses, 92 in HP, and it's very fast. Its bad stat is considered viable on some mons. Like no, no. So it's gonna be a no for me. I think the thing needs to go. I think it's too strong. I'm assuming Avila came out. People have been very controversially open about this mon. I'm here to say right now, Game Freak, I just have to sigh, man. My concern is they made this cool move called Mountain Gale, which is a 30% chance to flinch, but respectfully, it has a base 38 speed. I have to be so honest here. Who is he flinching? Maybe in a Trick Room team, not even maybe. If you run Trick Room with this mon, it's definitely flinching because it's easily one of the slowest mons, I think, in the game, period. We could check this. I'm pretty sure it is, right? Like just, okay, if we don't count LC mons, fully evolved mons like Clodsire, Torkoal, right? Like Greedent, stuff like that. He's definitely down here with, yeah, this Avalug, and Avalug is 28, so he's like 10 points faster, right? But you get my point. He's definitely one of the more slower mons, right? Like, Dondozo's slower. Okay, there's a lot of mons that are slower than him, but he's definitely around that level of like Spidops, right? Dude, Fue Coco was almost faster than him. But yeah, I don't know. It kind of bothers me. I was like, why does he have a chance to flinch if he can't even get the flinch? It makes no sense at all. He does get Aurora Veil though, and Ice types to get a massive buff with a 50% chance of defense. So I think the thing in Snow might actually be crazy in lower tiers for sure. I don't think it stays to OU. I don't. I could entirely be wrong, and it's probably just saying a stupid outlandish take here. But it's got an awful typing. You'd have to waste your Terra on this thing. I think all of its abilities are solid outside of maybe like Ice Body. Maybe I'm a hater, but Ice Body feels like, to me, it's not as good as it used to be. You get heal back while also the enemy takes damage. Now you just kind of heal as the enemy, if they have lefties, also heals. So, you know, it's weird. But Strongjaw's really good. I like his move coverage. I like them on. I do. I like them on. I just don't think he's going to stay too long here. You could even run Curse. So you can run like Curse, Body Press. I think it doesn't get bulk up, and I don't think it gets... Oh, it does get Iron Defense. Did it keep recover? It actually did keep recover. Wait, this might be crazy. Hang on. Wait, Terra Ghost? Wait, even Terra Fighting? Wait, hang on. Wait, hang on. Not me being positive about Avila Hisuian. This thing might actually be insane, dude. Like, probably in a lower tier, though. I can't imagine it'll be too nuts. But also, its defense is, like, crazy high. So you could actually just benefit from just running something similar to this, right? Where who literally cares about your speed stat? Right, you could honestly do some stuff like this because its HP is really, really good. Like, its first 3 stats are really good. I just think its Pdef getting nerfed is unfortunate because regular Avalug has 46 Pdef, which you might not think matters too much from the Hisuian one, thinking I'm nitpicking. Dude, that -10 for speed is insane. Like, you may as well keep them on slow, and they should have added 10 and maybe take it from special attack. Like, are we clicking Blizzard? We're not. So I don't know, man. Really cool for sure. I did want to talk about a few other mons real quick to not be on a tangent too long. Crestlaw's Toxic. So I think that's massive for both for singles and for doubles, especially VGC, because Crest is insane in VGC, way better in singles than she is in VGC, or way better in VGC than she is in singles. Sorry, but she lost Toxic, which is huge. She does. I think she gets some cool new moves like Terra Blast, obviously, and then I think she didn't originally have Sword Power. She gets Thunderbolt now. Sorry, she gets Thunderbolt now. She gets Thunder and Thunderbolt now, and she gets Power Gem and Dazzling Gleam. I think Dazzling Gleam is big because of AoE for VGC, right? Versus Moonblast is single target, so that's huge, right? I can imagine the thing might run like Terra Ghost, Terra Water with a Calm Mind setup, or even like Terra Psychic is never bad. But I can also see as well to like Terra Fairy. It also did lose 10 points both in its defense and its SPDF. So now it's 120 and 110 instead of 120 and 130, which is massive. You might not think that's a lot, but that actually is. That probably to do with some roll calculations, especially with all the new power creep mons. That's actually huge. So making new buffed mons while also nerfing this thing's famous champion tournament winning defense stats is actually massive. So that's huge. Outside of losing Toxic, it also lost Aerial Ace, if you care. If you care, right? So that's a big one for sure. There are a few other mons I want to talk about as well too. To not really go into the niche ones because I want to save the front of the video. And Nerfs is here, and I think this mon is a little crazy. I mean, 106, 135 is insane, and it's Fairy as well too. Fairy Flying, which both are already really good soul Terra typings, and it has both of them. So you can run just any Terra or just a stacked Terra onto either Terra Fairy or Terra Flying. Call it a day. It is the one that gets contrary superpower, but the thing that sucks about it is it doesn't get a lot of physical moves per se. Right? Like you get like Body Slam, I guess Terra Normal or Terra Fighting, I guess, but like I don't know, it doesn't get a lot of good physical moves. It gets Iron Head as well too. But for Fairy Stab, for physical moves, it does get Play Rough, which that is big. But for Fly, it only gets Fly. So I think what you could do if you ran Terra Flying with this is you could just run Terra Blast and something like this. This could be a fun build to actually do and kind of mess around with. But from what I've been seeing, people have mainly running the Cute Charm one. Because I think it gets Calm Mind. Yes, it does. And its special coverage is just better. Not to say its physical coverage doesn't exist. It's just its special is literally better. I guess Recovery with Draining Kiss. It's Mystical Fire. So you don't even need to try and hit a Steel type with Focus Blast, bro. Crazy, am I right, man? It gets Moon Blast. It gets Springtide, its brand new move. And there's a 30% chance to lower its attack. So it's basically like Moon Blast lowering SPDF. Or I'm sorry, special attack. Except Moonblast is better because it has 100% accuracy and never misses. Right? It gets Earth Power too. So a bunch of cool moves. His doing Gudra is also crazy, man. Dude, Iron Defense doesn't even get, which is actually insane. Neither does Bulk Up, but it does get Acid Armor. It's unfortunate it doesn't get Iron Defense, but Acid Armor does the exact same thing, so we're okay. Acid Armor body presses could probably be nuts on this mon, right? That might be actually insane. They get some really cool moves as well too, and I think it's probably the best pseudo of Gen 6. Gonna say that right now. I know it's a Gen 8 mon, I know, man, but like, dude, Gudra needed this. This is a massive jump from original Gudra, who is the worst pseudo. Look at where Gudra's at right now, NUBL, right? It's basically an RU mon. Look at the thing stats though, 70 defense. That massive defense jump by 30 points is insane. They cut the HP a bit, but it doesn't matter because it's a Steel type, one of the best typings in the game, Dragon Steel, and it is very tanky. I can make an hour-long video about this, guys, but these are the few I wanted to talk about. If I didn't mention one that you really wanted to talk about, please let me know. To cut it off here, Heatran is also back, and this mon is absolutely insane, even still. And then Ursaluna is probably also going to go. This mon has racist damage. It's one-shot in Corviknights and Skarmories. Is Skarmory in this game? Am I lying? I'm lying. Skarmory at home. Which is better? Corviknight. It's insane. The thing is insane. Guys, if I didn't mention anything and you would like to talk about other mons I did not mention, please let me know in the comments down below. Leave a like. Are you playing? Are you involved? Are you tapped in? Let me know what you guys think. Thank you for watching, guys, and I will see you in the next one.